The bustling spaceport of Zerithia gleamed under twin suns, its glass towers reflecting colors that no human eye had ever seen. Ships of all shapes and sizes landed and took off constantly, their engines humming in a symphony of alien sounds. Among them, a sleek human spacecraft, the Aurora's Light, landed smoothly on a landing pad designated for interstellar diplomats. Captain Alex Hunter stepped out, his dark jacket slightly dusty from travel, his confident smile catching the attention of nearby aliens. He carried himself with a mix of calm authority and easy charm, the kind of presence that made people notice, even in a crowd of hundreds of exotic beings. Alex had been sent as a human diplomat to Zerithia to negotiate trade agreements. Humans had only recently joined the Galactic Alliance, and he knew every move mattered. At the heart of the spaceport, a small entourage waited. Leading them was Princess Liara, heir to the Zerithian throne. She moved with elegance, her tall frame draped in shimmering robes that reflected the colors of the suns. Her skin had a pale green hue, and her large almond-shaped eyes sparkled with curiosity and pride. She had heard about humans before, how clever and unpredictable they could be, but she had never seen one in person. Alex noticed her immediately. She had a presence that demanded attention, yet her laughter when it came was light and musical, like wind chimes. He smirked to himself, thinking, "This is going to be interesting." As they approached, Liara tilted her head, observing him. Human," she said softly to her aides. "How unusual." Alex bowed politely. "Your Highness, it's an honor to meet you." Liara raised an eyebrow. "Honor, you say? Humans speak of honor like it is something heavy, yet I see so many of you smiling all the time." Her lips curved into a teasing grin. "Tell me, Captain, what is this thing humans do? Kissing?" Alex blinked. He had been asked this question before by curious aliens, but he did not expect it here, and certainly not from a princess. "Kissing," he said carefully. "It is a way humans show affection, respect, care, sometimes trust. Different. Humans mean different things by it." Liara laughed, a clear tinkling sound that turned heads. "We don't kiss. How strange that a species can have such a custom. Is it not silly to press lips together?" Alex grinned. "Maybe it is silly to you, but it is important to us, and humans are very good at being silly when it matters." Liara's laughter grew louder. "I would like to see one do this. Kissing. Perhaps then I will understand why it exists." Alex chuckled, sensing an opportunity. "Perhaps I will show you someday, Princess, but only if you promise not to laugh." Liara's eyes sparkled with mischief. "I cannot promise. I laugh at everything human." Her aide stepped forward, bowing slightly. "Princess Liara, the tour is ready," one said. Liara waved them off. "No. Let the human captain show me his ways first. Lead me, and we shall see if humans are as clever as they claim." Alex knew this was unusual. Aliens often treated humans as fragile or unimportant. Liara's challenge, however, intrigued him. "Very well, Princess, follow me." They walked through the spaceport together, Alex pointing out small wonders humans had brought to the galaxy, simple devices that amazed aliens, like portable lights and interactive holograms. Liara tilted her head at each one, sometimes laughing, sometimes frowning in concentration. "Why do humans do such things?" she asked at one point, examining a small floating hologram. Alex smiled. "Humans like to explore, to create, to make life more interesting. We also like to show care through small gestures. Even simple things can have meaning." Liara laughed again. "Small gestures? I imagine humans must be very emotional creatures. Is it all as dramatic as it seems?" "Sometimes," Alex admitted, "but often it's the little things that matter most. A hand offered at the right time, a smile when someone is sad, a word that shows you care." Liara studied him carefully. Her curiosity was genuine now, mixed with amusement. "You speak like a teacher, Captain. Perhaps humans are not as simple as I thought. I will watch you closely, and we shall see if you truly understand your own customs." As they continued walking, a small commotion arose near the landing pads. A cargo droid had tipped over, scattering supplies. Without thinking, Alex rushed forward, helping the nearest alien lift the droid upright. Liara watched closely, impressed by his quick thinking and calm efficiency. "You humans. You do act before you speak," she said softly. "Interesting." Alex shrugged, smiling. Sometimes actions speak louder than words. Sometimes it is the only way to show care. Liara's lips curved into a thoughtful smile, her laughter quieting. For the first time, she was not teasing. She was observing, learning, and perhaps understanding a little of what humans were capable of, not just in action, but in heart. As the sun dipped behind the twin towers of the spaceport, Liara turned to Alex. "Tomorrow you will guide me through the city. If humans are so clever, perhaps you can teach me something, even about this kissing of yours." Alex raised an eyebrow. "Are you really willing to learn, Princess?" Liara laughed lightly. "Perhaps, but I warn you, human, I do not easily follow rules. I laugh when I please." Alex chuckled. "Then I suppose we are both in for an interesting adventure." The two walked toward the palace shuttle, their conversation light and teasing, yet underneath it, a quiet understanding had begun to form. Something about humans intrigued Liara more than she expected. Something about her intrigued Alex more than he cared to admit. And in that moment, beneath the twin suns and the endless alien stars above, the first spark of an unusual and extraordinary friendship, maybe more, had begun. The next day, the city of Scifi glittered like a river of jewels under its twin suns. Towering crystal spires reflected the light, and floating platforms carried citizens in a slow, graceful rhythm across the sky. Alex walked beside Princess Liara, feeling the weight of both duty and curiosity. Today was their tour, but it was quickly becoming more than a simple inspection of the city. Liara's eyes darted from one marvel to another. "Humans claim to be clever," she said, voice filled with amusement. "Let us see if it is true. Tell me, Captain, why do your kind find such joy in small machines and bright lights?" Alex smiled. "We like to explore possibilities. Even small inventions can bring happiness or make life easier. Sometimes it is about understanding the world around us. Sometimes it is just fun." Liara laughed, a sound that drew glances from floating citizens nearby. "Fun? Is that how humans measure cleverness?" "In part," Alex admitted. "But cleverness is also knowing when to act, when to help, and when to make a friend. Humans believe in doing what feels right even when it is difficult." Liara tilted her head. "Feelings? You rely on feelings? How strange. We rely on logic, training, and tradition. Feelings are unpredictable." Alex glanced at her carefully. "They can be. But feelings also connect us. They help us care, and sometimes they are stronger than logic alone." She raised an eyebrow, clearly intrigued. "I see. Perhaps humans are not as simple as I imagined. Perhaps I should learn more of your ways." Their first stop was a floating marketplace filled with vibrant stalls and alien merchants. Creatures of every shape and color moved gracefully, trading goods that sparkled and shifted in light. Alex guided Liara carefully, explaining human customs and how they might translate to Scifi's environment. A small, delicate stall caught Liara's attention. Tiny orbs floated above it, glowing faintly and humming softly. She leaned forward, reaching out instinctively. Alex gently held her wrist. "Careful," he said. "These orbs are harmless, but humans respect boundaries. Touch only when invited." Liara's eyes widened in surprise. "Humans? Boundaries? I assumed you would touch everything. Why do you hold back?" Alex smiled. "Because respect is also part of cleverness. Knowing when to act and when to wait is as important as action itself." Liara laughed again. "I do not know if I can follow such rules." Your kind is curious, yes, but cautious. How amusing. As they continued, Alex demonstrated more human gestures, opening doors, helping Liara step over small gaps, offering his arm as a guide. Liara tried to imitate, but often exaggerated, stepping too carefully or holding her hands awkwardly. You are clumsy, she said with mock sternness, though her eyes sparkled with humor. Why is it so difficult to copy humans? Alex chuckled. It is not clumsiness. It is learning, and humans enjoy learning from each other. Even mistakes are part of the lesson. Liara paused, watching him for a long moment. Her curiosity deepened. She realized humans approached life in ways she had never seen. Small kindnesses, thoughtful gestures, subtle displays of care. It was different from the rigid protocols of her palace, and it intrigued her. By midday, they reached a serene garden in the heart of the city. Crystal fountains reflected the twin suns, and plants with softly glowing leaves swayed gently in the breeze. Alex encouraged Liara to sit on a bench, explaining how humans often find peace in nature, using moments like this to reflect and connect. Liara tilted her head, studying him carefully. You speak as though humans feel everything deeply. Is it true that such emotions guide your kind? Alex nodded. Yes. Feelings guide us, teach us, and sometimes inspire great courage. We are not perfect, but we care. And caring is powerful. Liara's lips curved into a thoughtful smile. Perhaps humans are brave in ways I did not expect. I assumed cleverness alone could overcome difficulty, but you show kindness and courage together. Alex glanced sometimes action sesame. The morning on Zarithia was calm, the twin suns casting soft light over the crystal spires and floating gardens. Captain Alex Hunter waited at the palace gates as Princess Liara descended, her robes glimmering in the sunlight. Today, their tour would not be of the city but of a more personal kind. Alex had promised to show her the subtle ways humans express care and trust. Liara raised an eyebrow as she approached. Captain, today you teach me how humans show feelings, did you? Say? Her voice was teasing, but her eyes betrayed genuine curiosity. Alex smiled. Yes, Princess. Small gestures, words, and sometimes actions tell more than titles or rules ever could. Shall we begin? They walked into a garden unlike any other. Plants with iridescent leaves floated gently in the air, and small streams of glowing water wound through the paths. Alex guided Liara to a quiet bench beneath a hovering tree whose branches shimmered with tiny lights. Humans value moments like this, Alex explained. A place to sit, talk, or simply watch the world. It is a way to show presence and attention. Liara studied him, frowning slightly. Presence? You mean simply being nearby? Alex nodded. Yes. Sometimes words are not needed. Simply being there for someone can show care and trust. Watch. He picked up a small glowing flower that had fallen near her feet and handed it to her. Liara blinked, then took it carefully. This is a gesture? Merely giving a flower? Alex shrugged. It is simple, yes, but it shows you noticed someone, that you cared enough to do something small for them. It is human. Liara examined the flower, her fingers brushing against his as she handed it back. She laughed softly. Such small things, yet they make me wonder why humans value them so. Perhaps it is clever, in a way I did not expect. They continued walking, Alex pointing out other small gestures humans use, sharing food, helping someone carry items, offering a hand in tricky places. Liara tried to imitate, but her movements were exaggerated and awkward. She helped an elderly Zarithian alien over a small stream but nearly tipped herself in the process. You are clumsy, she said, laughing at herself. Humans make it look so easy. Alex chuckled. It is practice, Princess. And humans often fail before they succeed. The act matters more than perfection. Liara paused, studying him. Perhaps there is courage in your kind beyond what I imagined. Not only cleverness, but patience, persistence, care. It is remarkable. Alex smiled, noticing her genuine interest. Humans are not perfect, Princess, but we try, and we learn from each other. Even mistakes can show trust and intention. As they moved deeper into the garden, a small pond shimmered in the sunlight. Alex gestured to the water. Humans often watch reflections to calm the mind. They share thoughts. Here, without needing words, it is a way to connect quietly. Liara knelt beside him, gazing into the water. Quiet connection? You mean like sharing a thought but not speaking it? Exactly, Alex said. Sometimes presence, attention, or a shared silence is enough. They spent a long moment, watching the water, neither speaking. Liara felt an unfamiliar calm, an understanding of patience and observation she had not experienced in the strict halls of her palace. Later, Alex guided her to a small stone bridge over a stream. Here, he said, humans often help each other across difficult places. A simple hand can mean a lot. Liara hesitated, then stepped carefully onto the bridge. Alex extended his hand. Trust me. For a moment, she paused, and then, slowly, she took it. Alex helped her across without saying a word. Liara felt a warmth she could not describe. A connection formed not through command or tradition, but through care and trust. Humans, she murmured softly. Perhaps you are not as silly as I thought. Perhaps there is strength in these gestures, Alex smiled. It is not strength alone. It is understanding and empathy. That is what humans share with each other. Small acts can carry great meaning. Liara laughed lightly, brushing her hand against his as she adjusted her robes. I see. Now why humans cherish these customs. They are clever in ways I had never imagined. Yet I remain cautious. I do not follow blindly. Good, Alex said. Curiosity and caution together make understanding stronger. You question, you learn, you experience. That is what makes bonds meaningful. They moved to a hill overlooking the city. Floating lights twinkled below, and the twin suns began their slow descent, painting the sky with pink and gold. Alex handed Liara a small crystal prism that refracted the sunlight into tiny rainbows. Humans enjoy sharing beauty, he said. It is a way to show someone they matter. Liara turned the prism in her hands, marveling at the colors. So, this is human care. Sharing something beautiful without expecting reward? Yes, Alex said simply. Care is its own reward. For a moment, Liara was silent, watching the shifting lights. I may begin to understand your ways. Small acts, gestures, shared moments. Clever, simple, and brave. You humans are not as chaotic as I thought. Perhaps worth learning from. Alex smiled, feeling the bond deepen. And I am learning from you, Princess. Your curiosity, your laughter, your ability to question everything. It is refreshing. Humans and Xerithians may be different, but understanding each other makes us stronger. Liara laughed softly, a sound filled with both amusement and admiration. You speak in riddles, Captain, yet I see your point. Perhaps I will try more of these human lessons. Even that strange custom you call a kiss. Alex raised an eyebrow, a playful grin spreading across his face. We will see, Princess. We will see. As the sun set, their shadows stretched long across the garden paths. Between laughter, small gestures, and lessons in human care, Alex and Liara's bond grew quietly, steadily, like a seed taking root in fertile soil. By the end of the day, they were no longer just diplomat and princess. They were two beings, learning from each other, curious, cautious, and connected in ways neither had expected. And in that gentle twilight, the first hints of trust, and perhaps something more, began to bloom. The morning air on Xerithia carried a soft, sweet scent, and the twin suns shone brightly across the crystal city. Princess Liara and Captain Alex Hunter prepared to attend the grand ceremonial event in the heart of the capital. Today, they were not merely observers, they would represent both humans and Xerithians. The weight of responsibility pressed lightly on Alex. but his confidence never wavered. Liara, in her shimmering royal attire, adjusted the folds of her robes with precise care. "Captain," she said, her voice playful but edged with seriousness. "Today, humans and Zerithians watch your every move. Do not embarrass yourself, or me." Alex smiled. "I will do my best, Princess, and I will try not to make you laugh too much." Liara gave a small laugh, the sound light and musical, and for a moment, the tension melted. "We shall see, human. We shall see." The palace square was a spectacle. Floating platforms held musicians from different worlds, playing harmonies unfamiliar to human ears. Zerithians in flowing garments moved with grace, and alien dignitaries from distant planets gathered in neat formations. Alex noticed subtle nods of curiosity toward him. Humans were still rare here, and his presence drew quiet whispers. As they stepped onto the ceremonial stage, Liara leaned slightly toward Alex. "Remember, you must follow my lead. One wrong gesture, and the audience will think poorly of both our peoples." Alex nodded. "Understood. I trust your guidance." The ceremony began with ritualistic dances and chants. Alex followed Liara carefully, learning the precise gestures required to bow, to step, and to present the ceremonial gifts. Liara watched him, her expression a mix of amusement and concentration. He moved with care, yet added small human gestures, a gentle nod here, a courteous smile there that seemed to surprise her. You are not clumsy," she whispered, almost to herself. "Perhaps humans can learn quickly after all." Alex grinned subtly. Sometimes practice and observation make all the difference. The ceremony continued smoothly until a sudden accident drew gasps from the crowd. A ceremonial floating drone, carrying delicate crystal orbs, malfunctioned and began wobbling, dangerously above the stage. If it fell, it could shatter the orbs and ruin the ceremony. Without hesitation, Alex sprang forward, moving swiftly beneath the drone. He adjusted its stabilizers and guided it safely away from the crowd, his movements precise and calm. The audience watched in awe, and Liara's eyes widened. "You act before thinking," she murmured, partly to herself, partly to Alex. "Humans, I see now why your kind is respected. Cleverness alone is not enough. Action matters." Alex glanced at her, keeping his tone light despite the tension. Sometimes action is the best way to show care and responsibility. Liara's gaze softened, admiration evident in her eyes. You are brave, and you think quickly. Cleverness and care together, perhaps humans are more remarkable than I imagined." After the drone was safely returned to its docking station, the ceremony resumed. Alex and Liara continued their performance, their gestures now more synchronized, their presence commanding respect. The audience noticed the unusual harmony between human and princess, a symbol of trust and collaboration that transcended culture. Once the ceremony concluded, Liara led Alex to a quiet balcony overlooking the city. The twin suns were low now, casting long shadows and bathing the streets in gold and pink light. For a moment, the city below was silent, save for the faint hum of floating transport platforms. "You saved the ceremony," Liara said softly, her voice carrying both gratitude and one. Most would panic. The night on Zerithia was quiet, the twin moons reflecting silver light across the floating gardens. Captain Alex Hunter guided Princess Liara to a secluded platform high above the city, where crystal flowers glowed softly and a gentle breeze carried the faint scent of alien blooms. Tonight was not about ceremony or diplomacy. It was about trust, curiosity, and something far more personal. Liara stood beside Alex, her robes shimmering in the soft light. Her eyes, usually sharp and confident, held a mixture of anticipation and hesitation. "Captain," she said softly, her voice almost a whisper, "you promised to show me the human kiss. Yet I do not know if I am ready." Alex smiled reassuringly. "Princess, there is no rush. A kiss is not just a gesture. It is trust, care, and understanding combined." We will take it slowly, only when you feel ready. Liara studied him carefully. You speak like a teacher, human. Very well. I will observe, and perhaps I will learn. But I warn you, I laugh when it amuses me and I resist when I fear. Alex nodded, his eyes calm and patient. Then we shall. Proceed at your pace, the moment is ours, not anyone else's. They sat on a low crystal bench, the city below twinkling like a field of stars. Alex reached out, brushing a strand of hair from Liara's face, a gentle gesture he had used before to show care. Liara's breath caught slightly, but she did not pull away. Trust, Alex said softly, is the first step. Humans show care through presence, attention, and small actions. A kiss is one of the ways we combine all of that into a single gesture. Liara looked at him, curiosity and caution warring in her expression. So, it is not merely lips touching? It is meaning? Yes, Alex said. It is respect, trust, and care expressed together. It is simple yet powerful. And it is only shared when both people choose it willingly. Liara considered this, then nodded slowly. Very well. Show me. And I will try to understand. Alex leaned slightly closer, maintaining gentle eye contact, and demonstrated a soft human kiss. Not rushed, not forceful, but careful and respectful. His hand remained near hers, ready to offer support, but never to push. Liara watched closely, her large eyes reflecting the shimmering moons above. The moment was quiet, almost serene. The sounds of the city below faded, replaced by the gentle hum of the floating gardens. Liara felt an unfamiliar warmth spread through her chest, a mix of curiosity, trust, and a growing admiration for this human beside her. Encouraged, Alex whispered softly, "When you are ready, you may try. There is no pressure, only choice." Liara took a slow, deliberate breath. She tilted her head slightly, imitating his careful demonstration. Their lips met briefly, softly, a gesture simple yet filled with meaning. She froze for a moment, unsure of the sensation, then slowly relaxed, understanding the combination of care and trust in a way words could not express. She pulled back slightly, a soft laugh escaping her lips. So, this is what humans mean by a kiss. It is different from what I imagined. Not silly, not awkward, but powerful, yes, in a quiet way. Alex smiled warmly. It is simple yet meaningful. It shows connection without demanding anything else, and it is shared only when both choose it willingly. Liara's eyes glimmered with curiosity and newfound understanding. I see now why your kind values it. It is clever and kind. Perhaps humans are not as silly as I thought. They sat together in silence for a while, the twin moons casting silver reflections on the crystal garden. Alex explained more about human gestures, simple acts of care and respect that conveyed meaning beyond words. Liara listened intently, laughing softly when she recognized gestures she had misunderstood, and trying others cautiously under Alex's gentle guidance. Humans, she said quietly, are clever in ways I did not expect. Strength, courage, and kindness combined. Your gestures teach more than rules or logic ever could. Alex looked at her, admiration in his eyes. And I have learned from you, princess. Your curiosity, laughter, and independence, they make understanding each other easier and more meaningful. Liara turned her gaze to the city below, the lights twinkling like scattered gems. I may have been wrong to dismiss humans so quickly. There is wisdom in your ways and care in your actions. Perhaps, and there is more to learn. Alex reached out again, offering a hand she took without hesitation. Then we continued together, one step at a time. The moment was gentle, tender, and filled with unspoken understanding. Liara's laughter returned softly, but this time it was mingled with respect, curiosity, and something warmer. The human and the princess, two beings from entirely different worlds, had bridged the distance between their cultures through trust, care, and a single, simple gesture. As the night deepened, They walked slowly back to the palace side by side. Liara occasionally glanced at Alex, a quiet smile playing on her lips. "Captain," she said softly, "I never thought I would learn such strange and clever things from a human. And yet, I am glad I have." Alex grinned. "Humans are full of surprises, Princess, and some of the best lessons come from unexpected teachers." Liara laughed lightly, brushing her hand against his once more. "Perhaps I like your kind of cleverness, and perhaps I trust it too." As they entered the palace gates, the floating lights above shimmered, casting a gentle glow on the crystal walls. The bond between human and princess had grown stronger, quietly, steadily, and with the promise of something extraordinary. In that moment, both understood something simple yet profound. Trust, care, and understanding could bridge worlds, and even a small gesture like a kiss could carry meaning far beyond what words could convey. And so, in the quiet magic of Zarithia's twin moons, two worlds began to connect in ways neither could have imagined. And the story of human kindness, courage, and curiosity continued to unfold. The morning on Zarithia dawned soft and warm. Twin suns reflected off the floating crystal towers, casting gentle light across the city streets. Princess Liara and Captain Alex Hunter stood on a balcony high above the capital, overlooking a city that seemed to sparkle with life. Today was not about ceremonies, lessons, or demonstrations. It was about reflection and new beginnings. Liara turned to Alex, her green eyes bright with curiosity and warmth. "Captain, I never imagined that learning from a human could be so enlightening. Your kind is clever, yes, but also kind and brave in ways I did not expect." Alex smiled, feeling a quiet pride. "Humans are capable of many things, Princess. We explore, we create, we care, and sometimes we surprise even ourselves." Liara laughed softly, brushing a strand of shimmering hair from her face. "And yet I laughed at you before. I doubted your customs, your gestures, even your kiss." She paused, her smile gentle. "I was wrong to do so. Humans show courage and care in ways that rules or training cannot teach." Alex chuckled. "It is all right. Curiosity and questioning are part of learning. And laughter, it is part of understanding. I would not have it any other way." They descended from the balcony and walked through the palace gardens, where glowing plants swayed gently in the morning breeze. Liara moved with her usual grace, but there was a softness to her demeanor that had not been there before. The lessons of the past days, the shared gestures, quiet moments, and even the first human kiss had left their mark. "Captain," she said thoughtfully, "my court watches carefully. They see humans as strange, unpredictable, perhaps even unworthy of trust. But I will show them differently." Alex raised an eyebrow. "You mean teach them to understand humans as you do?" Liara nodded. "Yes. I want them to see the cleverness, the courage, and the kindness in your people. You have taught me much. Now I must teach others." Their first stop was the main palace hall, where courtiers and advisors were already gathering. Liara approached them confidently, her voice clear and authoritative. "Today I wish to share something important. Humans are not as strange as we once thought. They are clever, brave, and capable of care in ways we must understand. Captain Alex, Hunter has shown me this, and now I wish you to learn as well." The courtiers exchanged cautious glances, but Liara's tone left no room for argument. She gestured to Alex. "Captain, please demonstrate a human gesture of care." Alex stepped forward, smiling gently. He picked up a small crystal flower that had fallen from a nearby arrangement and handed it to a young Zarithian aide. "This is a human gesture," he explained. "Small, simple, yet meaningful. It shows attention, care, and respect. No words are needed, just thoughtfulness and intent." The aide took the flower carefully, their eyes widening in understanding. Liara's smile grew, pleased with the quiet impact. "Now observe," Liara said softly. The humans also value trust. Captain showed me this in many ways, quietly, patiently. Even a kiss, a small gesture between equals, is a demonstration of trust and understanding. A murmur passed through the hall. Some courtiers raised eyebrows, but Liara's confidence and calm authority silenced any objection. The message was clear. Humans were worthy of respect, their actions meaningful and sincere. Later, Alex and Liara returned to the palace gardens. The twin suns were high in the sky, casting golden light over the floating flowers and crystal paths. For a moment they walked in silence, enjoying the calm and the quiet joy of mutual understanding. "You have changed my perspective, Captain," Liara said softly. "Not just about humans, but about connection itself. Trust, care, and small gestures. These are stronger than rules or tradition alone." Alex smiled. "And you have changed my perspective, Pry."